All right, an Oc Nation exclusive. An Oc Nation exclusive. Only because Twitter, a minion, a tentacle of the left-wing media, is trying to keep presenting this myth about Flint and the dirty water in Flint being because Flint is 57% black. So Flint is supposed to be a black city because it's 57% black. 99,000 people there, so it's not a big city. Not a major city. 99,000 people. Decent sized little town, but decent sized little city, but it's a little teeny city. And this city has been in the news for the last 10 years about their water and how some people have bad water. Like, some people who live in certain areas, they get colored water sometimes. But this has been portrayed by the media as because it's black. So Flint was trending today. I don't know how that got to be trending. And one of their targets was Obama. This woman writes, "Remember when Obama went to Flint in the midst of the water crisis and totally invalidated black people's struggles by taking a sip of water?" That's exactly what he does to anything black people publicly organize against. Goes out of his way to invalidate their issues. Because apparently, the only place in the world, according to the left-wing media, where there's dirty water is Flint. And the reason that is because the people there, the majority of the people are black. Okay? So, you have to, I'm about to show you some things. You have to keep this in mind when I show you these things I'm about to show you. Tweets like this. Trending today. Out of nowhere, Flint was just trending on Twitter. This woman says, "Oh, what a dreamer. Biden is another racist, and Kamala is only there to attract votes from the black community. Nothing more. Obama never did anything for the black people, not even fix the Flint water in Michigan." So if I'm fixing the water in Flint, you're doing something for black people. You got to remember that.
I want to know what we're going to do now.
Kate Fardick has run out of patience with kids at home and discolored water coming out of the tap.
I have a picture on my phone from about 30 minutes ago that my husband took while trying to give my kids a bath, and it looks like someone peed in my bathtub.
The high school's auditorium flooded with complaints about brown, dirty water.
When your grandkids refuse to get in the water, you know there's a problem.
Situate's water woes go back decades. Town officials say of roughly 110 miles of cast iron water pipes, the worst 20 miles have been replaced, some over 80 years old.
But we're still going to have work to do. There's still going to be brown water. We have to address all the pipes in terms of cleaning and getting them up to speed, and then deal with the water that's coming out of the well.
Iron oxide or rust and manganese in the water. Some folks bringing their timeline photos of the impact on their lives. Others say even home filtration systems can't keep up.
Well, it may be safe, but I wouldn't drink that. The DPW director says you shouldn't drink it either.
Officials say despite appearances, regular testing by Mass DEP finds Situate water is safe. After replacing the worst pipes, the town now plans to add new wells and upgrade the water treatment plant.
There's two issues. Is it safe to drink, and would you want to drink it?
Why is this town of Situate, Massachusetts, not been in the news? They've been having these problems for decades. This happens. This is an all-white town. Why hasn't it been in the news for decades? That the government made the water here dirty, and it's a big conspiracy. Why? Because the left-wing media can't get any race-baiting points from this. A bunch of white people living with dirty water for decades. So this stays on the local news. You only see stories like that here on Oc Nation News. Make sure you like, subscribe, and donate. Hit the PayPal, hit the Super Chat to continue getting content like this.
Despite delays to a 5-year plan, which we're explaining here tonight, the answer to that is a resounding no. Still, there are no quick fixes, but residents say the huge turnout here tonight is a loud and clear message that patience is running out.
And this one says, her name is Sexy Bimbo, at Playgirl ASI. She says, is they gonna do it like when that man got his big grown butt in them black people face in Flint and drank the water? Not once but twice. And Time did a story. Time magazine did a story. The poisoning of an American city. Because a few people have brown water in Flint. A few people. A few of the residents, a few of the neighborhoods have brown water because of old pipes. And somehow, this is racism. They're only doing this to black people because they hate black people. America hates black people, so they're giving them dirty water. And the diseases and everything that's going wrong in that city is because of the dirty water. And they would never do this to a white town.
It is a clayish mud that's coming out of the faucet.
Somebody needs to explain this to me?
Frustration from South River residents after seeing this clog their filters or run from their faucets. The operator of the South River Water Department was arrested in June for lying about water quality. He's due in court in August and could face up to 5 years in prison if convicted of violating the Safe Drinking Water Act.
Could you imagine? Remember, they don't have this in Flint. There's nobody lied about, nobody's arrested, nothing. Could you imagine if this happened in Flint, a black city? Because this is an all-white city in New Jersey. And this water ain't just a little brown. This water is really brown. And you never hear about it. Time magazine not going to do put it on the cover. Because allegedly this only happened to black people.
If convicted of violating the Safe Drinking Water Act. The town has since hired an outside company to come in and assess the problem. Michael Furry from Agra Environmental has a plan of attack.
Immediately, we're going to try to remove the sediment from the system. So we're looking to improve the treatment first, because that's where the water gets treated, and then we're going to work our way out into the piping system.
He says the reason the water is brown is because of problems in the filtration plant. The brown you see is actually iron and manganese, two non-toxic metals. They also found issues with the chlorination system, which kills bacteria, but all tests for that so far have been clean.
Our drinking water is safe. All through this, and working with the Department of Environmental Protection, we have been testing water every 2 hours. Now we're testing water every 4 hours and submitting those results to the DEP.
Issues were also found with the system that controls lead in water. No level of lead is safe to drink. They're going to start testing for that in the coming weeks. On Monday, they are calling a special council meeting here in town to introduce 2 new bond measures. One would pay for upgrades
Smash.
to the water treatment plant. The other would dig a new well to help increase water capacity in the town. In South River, I'm Christy Duffy, Pix 11 News.
So we're not gonna have any Time magazine story about those white people being poisoned. Because I'm sure it's people in that town that are sick of something. And if there's sickness and there's illness somewhere and the water's dirty, you could feasibly say it's because of the water. It ain't because of nothing else. The only reason people ever get sick anywhere ever is because of the water. And oh yeah, you know what's going on now. But the majority of the people that ever get sick is because of the brown water in Flint. And they're mad at Obama because Obama drank the Flint water like everybody in Flint does every day. They shower in it, they drink it, they feed it to their kids every day. Unless you want to believe that nobody in Flint done drank no water in the last 10 years. Obama drank one glass and they hate him for it. And listen, you know I bang on Obama all the time, but, you know, I mean, it's not personal. This woman says, like how you drank that Flint water, I'm sure they'll give him a placebo shot. Too late for me to trust it. They messed up trying to target black people first.
Brown water on the Boise bench has residents concerned. They want to know why they have dirty-looking water coming out of their faucets and what's going to be done to solve the problem. Suez Water plans on meeting with homeowners this Thursday evening at Whitney Elementary School to explain the situation. They say the discoloration is largely due to the nearly century-old iron water pipes that are rusting. The discolored water is completely safe, but it is unappealing. So we understand why people don't want to drink it. Suez Water is trying to figure out which lines should be replaced, which they say will be an expensive and disruptive project. Again, that meeting starts at 6 o'clock at Whitney Elementary tomorrow night.
Why is the only place we heard of where it has dirty water, some of the people in certain neighborhoods, in certain areas of the city, experience having brown water? Why is the only place we've heard of that is Flint? And why has it been packaged to us that it has something to do with race, and it's only because Flint is 57% black? When I show you all these all-white cities, not majority, not 57% white, I'm talking about 99% white towns where the water been dirty for on down to the great state of Texas, to the town of Beaumont. Majority white, dirty water.
It's an unsightly and in some cases an unsanitary issue. Brown water in Beaumont. 12 News reporter Tyler Segerman spent the day at City Hall as officials debated over how to respond to this growing problem.
Following a high number of calls for discolored water in the past couple of weeks, City Council is bringing those concerns to the forefront. Here are a couple examples of what some in Beaumont experience, but is it preventable? City Manager Kyle Hayes says there are a number of factors that can cause water to turn brown. Waterline breaks, issues at home, the weather, just to name a few. But here's what the city had to deal with earlier this month. Between July 6th and July 20th, 41 breaks in the water system were reported, along with 283 calls of discoloration made to the city. During that time, maintenance to the water tower along Dishman Road was taking place, which Hayes says didn't help, but it's not to blame. The Director of Water and Sewer Operations, Mike Harris, says heat and a waterline break near the corner of McFadden and 10th Street all played factors in the high number of calls. Despite the brown tint, Harris says the water remains safe to use and gets tested a lot. City officials say discoloration is a common issue, but one man says transparency for repairs is needed. Hayes agrees that it's not ideal to see water look like this, but does want the public to know discolored water is not going away.
Officials stress that if any homeowner or business...
They want people to know the discolored water is not going away. They told these crackers, look, I know you're upset, but the discolored water ain't going away. Damn.
He agrees that it's not ideal to see water look like this, but does want the public to know discolored water is not going away.
Officials stress that if any homeowner or business experiences discolored water, all you need to do is call 311 to report the issue.
And they banging on Obama. Obama showed you who he really was when he went up to Flint and told black people that the water was fine. Obama went to Flint to drink water to show it was safe, while it was poisoning an entire city of black people. All of a sudden, they care about black people. But they're quiet about Flint. Stuff not. And here we have another Time Up magazine article. This kid, Gitanjali Rao, was named Woman of the Year for coming up with a device to test water inspired by the Flint Water Crisis. Times Kid of the Year. She was so inspired by the racism that was going on in Flint with the dirty water that she invented a device to test water. Because, you know, they didn't already have one of those. Unbelievable. That's why you got to support this channel. We going to bring it to you raw. Hardcore, rough, rugged, and raw every day. Support this channel. Hit the like button. Hit the super chat, whatever you can. Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. Show us that you love us. We going to keep banging these BS liberal narratives. We going to keep stomping them out. Hit the like button on the way out. Peace.